We've got Michigan State ready to renew its rivalry with Notre Dame, of course. Impressive last week the Spartans were, but the level of competition will ratchet up here. Only Navy, Purdue, and USC have played more games against the Irish than the Spartans have. Been some real thrillers of late. 9 of the last 13 decided by a TD or less. MSU has won more than its fair share, taking 10 of the last 16 against the Irish. And the coach of the Spartans, Mark Dantonio, joins us now from our studio in East Lansing. Coach, perhaps no team more scrutinized in the first 2 weeks of the season than yours, and particularly the offense. Then you come out, Connor Cook plays fabulously. You score 55 points against Youngstown State. How do you feel about your offense and your quarterback spot now heading into Notre Dame?
Well, we've taken our time with our quarterback spot a little bit in terms of giving everybody an opportunity, and I think Connor Cook has shown amazing growth here in the last couple weeks. But offensively, we just needed the spark, and we knew that it would get a flame that if we got that spark, and I think that's what happened last week, and it's up to us to continue moving in that direction. So, but I feel good about it. I think confidence grew last week, and we made those 50-50 catches, and that's what was lacking, I think, in the first couple weeks. We've got guys who can catch the ball. They just are young players. They need to be confident, and I think they grew in their confidence level.
Coach, what do you want to see in Connor Cook in his second start? 1 or 2 improvements that you want to see out of him?
Well, you want him to continue to make good decisions with the ball. I think quarterback is about creating as well. He's got the ability to run with the football. He's a big guy. He's almost 6'4", 220-something. But he's got good speed. So we need to have him create in this football game and beyond and use his talents. As he continues to grow, it's about decision-making as well. So we look for him to make great decisions and throw the ball down the field. We need to create big plays.
Coach, let me bring a smile to your face. So let's talk a little defense for a little bit, and let's talk about their matchup and some of their challenges that they're going to have this weekend.
Yeah, defensively, been playing very, very well. Our staff, I think, keeps our guys on the same page. This week, controlling their passing game is going to be very important. With Daniels and Jones, 2 big play receivers, number 7 and number 10. Those are 2 guys that we need to be able to hold in check. I think their quarterback, Reese, does a great job in terms of taking hits and delivering the ball down the field. They're structured in a no-huddle type offense. It's a slow no-huddle at times, but very well-coached football team. They'll try and run the football, experienced offensive line, and we'll have our work cut out. But we're going to find a little bit more about us as people. As our football team grows and continues down this road, we'll find a little bit more about us as we move forward. And I think we're going to find out a little bit who's who this weekend.
Coach, Shalik Calhoun has been off to a fantastic start, but when you guys sit there in the defensive meeting room and you have an opportunity to grade your team, who else is at the top of your list?
I think guys like Marcus Rusher is right there. Obviously Max Bulla as well, but in the secondary, Isaiah Lewis has been very, very good. As well as Curtis Drummond. Our secondary really plays very well, whether it's Trey Waynes or Daquez Denard. But you're seeing guys make plays. We've been solid in the defensive tackle position as well. But when you've got collectively a group of guys, doing their job, it makes it fun for everybody. Shalik's been the guy that's come up with some huge plays for us, but at the same time, we've been very structurally sound and tackled very well on the space and on the perimeter. And you got getting great play from Hoover in there and Makaja Reynolds as well. So I think I've hit all 11 of them. I don't want to leave anybody out.
Well, I knew you wanted to get excited and talk a little defense since over the last couple of weeks it's all been about your offense.
Our guys can play. Yeah, our guys can play. Our guys can play, and they cover ground well, and good blitzing team, obviously, but we tackle well in space, and we've limited big plays. And that'll be the key on Saturday. Can we shut them down and stop them from running the football and then limit the big plays down the field? So that's a big concern of ours.
Mark, what makes this rivalry with Notre Dame special to you?
I think you go back to when I was here before. You look at it as a young person growing up and in Ohio, and for me personally, and you grew up watching Notre Dame football. You grew up watching Michigan State, but Notre Dame was always on that Sunday. They were always on that Sunday as I grew up. So when I had the opportunity to come here the first time, and we played them, I think, in '97 and beyond, you started keeping track of when you would win and when you would lose. Been on the good side of that a lot. It's been a great tradition. I think Notre Dame's been very much involved in Michigan State's heritage in terms of gaining ground as a BCS team and really coming into the Big Ten, because they were the first big-time program that played Michigan State, home and away on a regular basis. And I think that's established an affinity for a lot of Spartans towards Notre Dame. But it's a great atmosphere, and we're looking forward to being involved in it.
We are looking forward to watching it. Mark Dantonio, head coach of the Spartans, best of luck on Saturday. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us.
Thanks, guys. Go Green.